the radical position. It's like like if I look at those collage they made, like where they use like very modern the raster, how do you say it, all the lining, and then in the grid you have just a cleaner or someone ironing, and then or a rock, and then everything gets better. Like the structure becomes like, what can I say, it gets a feeling, but a rock being taken out of like the mountain gets all the emphasis. So basically, I think that's also so nice about their collage, is that everything you bring in, how normal it is, it gets better. It's like I would almost say it's a cleaning device. It's like whether you work on a table and then you blow over the table, and then some things will stay and others will go, and everything that's there gets like emphasized, and it fits. That for me, that's still the amazing thing on their collage, that it makes like reality really look better. Having your own development and now looking back at their works and what they did, yeah, you can call it radical in the sense that they made a big change. I could also say that it was really progressive, and I even think it's more progressive now than I think it was then. And for myself, like, I think when I became more critical was that having done a trip to India, where I never wanted to go because I was always a bit afraid that I would feel it like a poor place and not being rich, but going there and then feeling uncomfortable. And I have to say, I saw the other thing. I saw a world that I don't understand, that does things really different than we would do, and therefore bringing other qualities. So there, for instance, I saw like a big grass place, like how do you call it, like a grass field, and then someone was cutting the grass around the tree with a scissor, and then you think like, this is like clumsy, or like it must be going, you can do it much faster. But then if you start to think about like with the amount of people, then you start to think like, yeah, but yes, you can do it faster. But for instance here, if you mow the grass, then you have a machine that makes a lot of noise. So you go like over it, and then you see there like someone like, and that's then also cutting the grass field. And then you think, why would we think this as not being clever? Because it's so nice. We all, like, I go to a hairdresser to get my hair cut, but also to get release. I like to sit there, and then my hair gets touched and gets cut a little, and then you sit in a chair. So it also is like a kind of relaxation, or you could also say concentration, because they have time to really think things over. And then you see there people cutting like the grass field by scissors. And if I would be grass, I would probably rather live in India than I would live here, because here every week you would get like this mower over you, and then they say on the side, after all the noise, they say, oh, look how nice the grass field looks again. And if I was grass, I would only think, nice, it's horror. I had horror like for hours, and like it takes months to be at ease again. And so then you know that there is things in between. There is this kind of reality. And then if I look back also, again, to radical design and seeing old work of Sotsas, that they all went to India and then to redevelop language. And then you see also that their work is so abstract. And then you think like, whoa, like you see it now again, also like a kind of a totem design. But then you see that like shifting from one place to another, that like it's important, and I like it to see that like, so they went to India to reinvent, and I also went to India. Then you see some lines and you think like, oh, I have to look more at them, because they do a similar. I think we're really different, but there is a similar track and a similar quality. We do understand that when you play a violin, that it's a very delicate and beautiful sound, because it doesn't have like clear tunes. To play with it, you have to, I would almost say, challenge gravity, and that is something that you can only learn over years, and therefore you can get like very special tunes. But then in cleaning, we always think that that is something that just needs to be done. Like that's something that everyone does, or like it's not something special. But cleaning is also it's the person that comes everywhere. Just before things break, a cleaner is the person that can find it because it touches everything. But also, if you really believe and you want to keep someone in its quality, you shouldn't make him a manager, because you can be the best cleaner but the worst manager. So why do we always think that when you do something well, you should become a manager of the work you once did? And how can you develop, like when you want to be a cleaner that's really good, then you have to develop new tools, not only technical, not the ones that make it more easy, but I would rather say as a violin player, something that it can really challenge how to move. And if you then make like all the cleaning stuff from porcelain, then it's extremely delicate. And then you can only sweep it by knowing exactly how to move the feathers that it takes and the dust on the right way. And then you can really develop yourself in getting better and can it compete with dance and music. And I think those things are really important. So again, it's not about solving the idea of that, which you can also say, the promise of the modernity is that it will solve and it will make easy. And I think it's not about solving, but it's like developing a culture of being. And then, then problems will also shift. Then problems will also shift. Then problems will also shift.